Game one of the Pac-12 Tournament for UCLA, and they're on to the semis because the Amari Bailey show, career-high 26 points, takes over and dominates. 26 points on 12 shots. That is the way to take over with Jalen Clark out injured. Welcome, everybody, to this reaction to the Locked On UCLA podcast, to UCLA's 80-69 win over the Colorado Buffaloes. And despite some defensive shortcomings a little bit when it comes to stopping Colorado offensively, the Buffalo shot 50%. They were able to hit some threes. It was a much closer game than the final score would indicate, considering the Buffaloes, again, were super close at halftime. This time they led at the half against UCLA like they had been so tough in the previous two matchups, including about 12, 13 days ago, whenever that last matchup was between UCLA and Colorado. The Bruins got 4 in double figures, got a Bona double-double. Despite Hawkes struggling for the most part in the early parts of the game, he and Tiger Campbell combined, making a nice give and goal and that layup on the steal late down at the end of the game to kind of get the 9-0 run accelerated for the Bruins. But it was just nice to see that UCLA took care of the basketball, again turned Colorado over, who was also without KJ Simpson, a key cog in their lineup, who was, I believe, their second leading scorer, one of their top 2 guys out this week due to illness. So this was a shorthanded Colorado team, too, that scored the basketball. And De Silva wasn't shooting efficiently. He said 17 points on 6 of 15 shooting, but it was the rest of those Buffaloes that made it concerning watching, this game that the Bruins couldn't always guard defensively. What was also concerning was the 2 weird, awkward falls by Singleton because you don't want any other Bruins to go down in this game. But overall, UCLA, we asked a lot from the bench in this game. They got a total of 3 points from the bench, but they scored 80 points. So the bench has to become more of an important important diagnosis to help treat the fact that Clark is gone. Defensively, they did enough. They got their steals. Tiger Campbell had 3 to 4 steals in this game. And UCLA, when it came down to crunch time, put this game on ice, put it to bed, and slammed the door shut, winning this game. But still, defense has to be a lot better. Offense, Clark was struggling shooting the basketball before he was injured, right? He wasn't hitting as many threes as he was earlier in the season, but it did leave a lot more shots combined between Singleton and Bailey took clear advantage of that today. And you got to give credit to Bona. The hustle, chase down blocks every single time, those are spectacular. So one, good comeback by the Bruins. They're going to learn each and every game how to play without Jalen Clark. This performance was a good veteran gritty performance, but they've got to get better if you're going to win a Pac-12 tournament, but more importantly, to win an NCAA championship. To win the title, you've got to play better than this. You can win a game like this once, but you can't win consistently grinding out games for UCLA overall by allowing almost 70 points to a team that's without one of their top 2 scorers, as UCLA is without their best defensive player. That's something what I'm trying to emphasize, to guys listening, watching at home on YouTube or on your audio platforms. The defense will have to get better. And while they are very strong defensively, different guys can get steals, you can see there were some shortcomings today in this game. But still, UCLA got the win, and that's the most important. On to the semis against an either tough matchup of Oregon or Washington State. I don't know who it is at this time. We'll talk about it coming up on Locked On UCLA. We'll be excited. We're all in here on Locked On UCLA. The Bruins advance, and it's nice to see the winning streak goes to 11 because the 1 seed's up for grabs, apparently. According to all the talking heads, the committees, bracketology, everything in between, you just have to keep winning. Got to prove the people who say you're not a 1 seed wrong and continue to grow as a team without Jalen Clark for the rest of this season. In the meantime, I'm Zach Anderson-Yoxsimer. Thanks for tuning into this reaction. Amari Bailey was absolutely fantastic. We'll dive a little bit deeper into him when it comes to a full episode, but this is the immediate reaction. Thanks for tuning in. This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel Sportsbook is now partnered here with us at Locked On. They are the #1 sportsbook in America. You can go there and get a no-sweat first bet, up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. All you have to do is go to FanDuel.com/LockedOn. That's FanDuel.com/LockedOn to get an added no-sweat first bet. So go check it out. Make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner with the NBA and with us here at Locked On. So go check it out with FanDuel. I'm Zach Anderson-Yoxsimer. 8 clap time, Bruins fans, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, UCLA. UCLA, fight, fight, fight. We are getting excited. Go Bruins. They got the job done. Now go get the second game in this tourney coming up next. Go Bruins.